9. Be willing to change everything in your life. A man must be ready to dedicate everything to his purpose, face or resolve the consequences of his past actions, and then be willing to move on from this particular way of life. He must be capable of entering a period of uncertainty, not knowing what to do with his life, and waiting for a vision or a new form of purpose to emerge. These cycles of specific action, followed by periods of not knowing what the hell is going on, are natural for a man who is shedding layers of karma on the way to realizing his potential. 10. She doesn't really want to be number one. A woman sometimes seems to want to be the most important thing in her man's life. However, if she is the most important thing, she feels her man has made her the number one priority and is not fully dedicated or directed to divine growth and service. She will feel her man's dependence on her for his happiness, and this will make her feel smothered by his neediness and clinging. A woman really wants her man to be totally dedicated to his highest purpose and also to love her fully. Although she would never admit it, she wants to feel that her man would be willing to sacrifice their relationship for the sake of his highest purpose. 11. Don't use your family as an excuse. If a man never discovers his deepest purpose, or if he permanently compromises and uses his family as an excuse for doing so, then his core and masculinity become weakened. His woman loses trust and sexual polarity with him, even though he may be putting much energy into parenting and housework. A man should, of course, be a full participant in caring for children and the household. But if he gives up his deepest purpose to do so, ultimately everyone suffers. 12. Don't ever chase after someone. A man who constantly chases someone often ends up with compromises and dependence, which robs him of the freedom to be himself. By pursuing someone and begging for attention, a man diminishes his own value, leading to a loss of self-worth. True self-worth is found when he starts prioritizing himself, understands his own needs and values, builds his life based on his beliefs, and directs time and energy towards self-improvement. 13. You don't have to please everyone. People like it when others give them positive feedback and approve of their actions. In reality, pleasing and trying to make everyone happy only makes a man's life miserable and attracts people who only want to use him because they know that they will always put their needs ahead of his own. Everyone has things that they consider important to them. If a man doesn't take time to determine what is important to his life, he will easily find himself swayed to focus on what is important to others. If we try to please everyone, we will end up pleasing no one. 14. If you don't know your purpose, discover it now. Without a conscious life purpose, a man is totally lost, drifting, adapting to events rather than creating events. Without knowing his life purpose, a man lives a weakened, impotent existence, perhaps eventually becoming even sexually impotent. In the end, he becomes a passive observer of his own life, plunges into a deep emptiness, and loses the ability to self-realization and inner growth. 15. Nobody is coming to save you. A man must learn to save himself, and it has nothing to do with whether people like him or not. They have their own lives to live. One must come to terms with this and learn to live with it. People will move in and out of his life, and if he depends on them, he will be disappointed. A man